Hello, everyone. My name is Vesper Fortune, that of Fortune, witch of fate, and I'm here to help you change yours through any means necessary. And hopefully you don't need these, but I will always be there. Oh, hold on, wait, oh my god. I'm so messed up today. I haven't been getting enough sleep. Sleep escapes me as always. Hello, Silver, how are you tonight? Welcome in. Hope you are doing well. Oh, I forgot one thing. I've been forgetting Mix It Up since I've been using Mix It Up now. Mix it up, mix it up, mix it up, mix it up. I hope you're doing well today. I'm experiencing my asthma again, so so it looks like I know where some of the stuff from December is going to. It's going to buying me a new inhaler. And that's okay. That's just, getting old, turning 29 again soon. That type of deal. so, like, speaking of Final Fantasy XIV, since Silver mentioned a daily MSQ, I have given up on Chaotic. Chaotic is the worst creation of mankind, bar none. This thing is worse than Satan. Worse than Dad Satan. but Chaotic is fun. Hello, newbie. How are you tonight? Welcome in. Chaotic is. I feel like I'm in making everyone else toxic to Chaotic, but I hit Enrage Monday. I spent most of Tuesday progging, and I didn't hit Enrage again. I have only seen Enrage once since Chaotic released. I don't care about Chaotic anymore. Chaotic can go fuck itself. Right out that door. right out that door. Y'all can't see the door, but I'm pointing at a door. I don't mean to be toxic about I'm bad luck in PF. I'm casual. I'm casual. I think I finally have the guts to just outright say I'm a casual little bitch, and this is too much for me. And I'm in there with other casual bitches, and it's too much for them. I say that having cleared at least 2 savages on content, and then 2 other savages in late content. So, like, I'm casual. And this is pain. Chaotic is pain. I'm sorry, but that's causing me burnout, honestly, because it's entirely sitting in PF, and then doing a full few pulls while everyone's behind the prog point that's listed on Party Finder, and then just your brain going to mush, and then you start failing the mechanics. Looming chaos never works out, ever, like it's supposed to. Nah, it's not fun for me. I'm sorry. This is kind of like going in, like... I like it more than Golbez, because I just did not work well with Golbez Extreme, but... It's going in content I'm not doing until 8.0 folder. I'm sorry, newbie. I'm sorry. But it's just driving me to burnout, so I had to stop. I had to stop. Because if I didn't, it's just gonna make me not want to play the game. Even thinking about it is making me like, I'm going to play more Labyrinth of Refrain tonight instead of Final Fantasy 14. Because I don't have any other issues with FF14 right now. I'm very since I make lambs, I'm basically making my own fun. I'm making my own content. So like, I don't have an issue with the content drown between 7.1 and 7.2, you know? Yeah, that's right. Do you ever talk about anything besides FF14? Not really. I am sorry I bitch about it a lot, though. I do apologize. I think it's just a part of me being a part of the community, and this is kind of like my big fandom now, because otherwise I'm mostly in things without fandoms. Like, I just mentioned Labyrinth of Refrain, and cookies to anyone who has actually played Labyrinth of Refrain or even heard of it in chat. It is one of my fave games, but the people who know of its existence feels like it's under 50. But I'm becoming obsessed with it again because I never really got to uh, complete it. I beat. I'm not sure how big the game actually is because when I first beat the final boss, so to say, of the main story, it had taken me around 100 something hours. And that's because you had to defeat the main boss, and then in order to get the secret second half of the damn game, you have to beat the final boss again after defeating all the secret bosses in the main game. And then that unlocks the I'm not sure how long the actual last part of the game is, cause I never got to beat it, and so now I'm just like focusing on doing Labyrinth of Refrain in my free time, and oh my god, it's so much fun. I'm like, I missed you. Sweet lava, I missed you. But yeah, that's basically me. I'm giving up chaotic for right now. I'm giving up. I'm giving up. Da 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 da. I don't know the rest of the song. Da. Why is the tea kettle going off? I put my own tea in there. I put my own tea in there. I wasn't expecting anyone else to use that tonight. I put my own tea in there. I was lazy. I didn't want to like reheat the thing, so I was just like, I'll just have cold tea for the rest of the night. I'll be fine, but no. Well, surprised who's drinking that, I suppose. I hope everyone else is doing okay. I hope everyone else is having a better time in FF14 than I am. I'm just gonna go back to making lands. I might do Abyssos and Saint sometime soonish, since now is a very proper time to do that. Yeah, too bad to the person who's drinking my tea right now, cause I had filled that up already. Surprise! There was already tea in there. Okay. I do think chaotic is fun, but it's not fun enough for me. That's like my main thing, is that it's not fun enough for me. Like, I'm having bad luck with every single party find I'm in. I'm probably being blacklisted by half of the people in PF. Um, yeah, it's just to me it's more of an obstacle in the way of the glam than fun content to do on its own, and then I just happen to get glam. No, no, no. It's more of an obstacle, and don't like I don't like looking at it like that, but it's what it has become, you know? It is because of how Party Finder works and how Looming Chaos is literally the worst mechanic ever in this fucking game. Um Turn you down. Yeah, that's just my vibes of chaotic. I don't want to be like a toxic Todd or some shit. I don't want to be like a toxic Todd or anything. A negative Nancy. A smelly Sora. But like that's just my experience as someone who only vaguely does. A venomous Vesper, exactly. I don't have these teeth for nothing. Also, how are you tonight, whatever? How are you? I just got home from work and eating dinner. Nice. What you having? I feel like I always drive away people when I talk about when I bitch and moan, but it's just kind of, like I said, like chaotic is nearly driving me to burnout, so it's not fun to me. Let me make sure this is updated. Bitch on bitch. But no, seriously, like to me it's like worst content we currently have at the moment. Like looming like my main issue is looming chaos. If they removed looming chaos with the patch coming up on the 21st, I'd be so fucking happy. Cause looming chaos is what makes this a savage. Like I'd be happy to sit down with people who only are in A Alliance, who are only going to go in C Alliance. Because I'd be happy to just stay in fucking B Alliance the whole entire part of Part 2. If it means everything else goes fucking perfectly. And here's the thing, I'll be honest, when I get tossed over to the other platforms in Part 2, I just suck. Like when I did Enrage, that was mostly what I was mostly doing was guessing where I needed to be. And I know that if they just remove Looming Chaos, that would like remove like half the fucking difficulty, but I don't care. They said this was supposed to be extreme level difficulty. This is nearing third floor Savage just because of Looming Chaos. I'm sorry, I'm so bitchy, but this is getting in the way of glam, and that's my content. This fucking fight is getting in the way of my glam. And it's not glam I want to wait for, but I have to now. like, I don't. like, if the glam was mediocre, I wouldn't be doing it. I wouldn't have done that. But no, this is like some of the best glam I've seen in years. Years! And it's logged behind this fucking bullshit. Can anyone tell that I'm salty? Jean-Paul Sartre once said, "Hell is other people." I don't think he was wrong. Okay, now for me to stop. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Give me a sec, chat. I lost my earbud. Uh, and now I'm not sure if I was just doxxed. I'm gonna have to actually listen to my VOD for once. Tonight's not a good night. There it is. Okay, back to normal. Back to normal. Okay, where is everything good? It's just for some whatever reason, when I have something, whenever I have something planned, whenever I'm sitting down getting comfy, that's when everyone else needs me. Oh, and I suddenly need to do something. And like I said, I now have to actually check the VOD to see if I was like fucking dogs, because they were yelling out my real name instead of just leaving stuff in the living room like they normally do. Okay, good mood. Let's try to drop that. Let's try to drop the bad nude. I was listening very hard, but I didn't hear anything. Should be okay. I'm still gonna check because it's one of those things where, like, if I don't do it, I don't use my real name at all online, actually. But it's one of those things where I still don't want shit getting back to me. Like, like, most millennials who were online during, like, the era of, like, being online, and when there was actually things to do online where you could use cool names, I was taught not to use my real name, but eventually my online persona kind of, like, overcame me, and I'm like, okay, this is actually who I am. But anyways, whenever there's fucking laundry, I'm just not gonna stream that night. Whenever there's fucking laundry sitting in the living room, I'm just not gonna stream. Another thing is, recently, because of my brother moving out, because of how I keep my door open just in general, I have no privacy. People just now coming into my fucking room whenever. They don't even wait for me to hear me say come in or anything. It's just knock, then whatever. Breathe. Ugh, God, I don't. I'm sorry, my vibes are kind of like ruined right now. That's my own fault. I was thinking about chaotic, and then it just kind of ended up down spiraling. Deep breaths. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to mute this far because they just came right fucking in, not even giving me time to mute. I don't even remember what my mute button is anymore because I usually don't need to use it anymore. Okay, deep breaths. To be fair, I haven't been in the bestest of moods as of late. The place is bustling with movers, carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen. Hold on. Of course that was fucking muted. Hold on. Now they're messing with the fire alarm. And y'all know, like, a rich person who I can just latch on to and, you know, wait for them to die. The place is bustling with movers, carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our parent house. I'll take an old woman at this point. I'll take an old woman at this point. I just need someone rich and dying. Luke watches them like a hawk, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now. I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings. Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
Luke, do the dishwashers go into the kitchen or the butler's pantry?
Pantry, Buttercup. Careful, that's Emma. No, you there, put that down. You do not manhandle a Napoleon Abueva.
I can see their exasperation. I just send the foreman an apologetic glance. Even Johann rolls his eye as he goes by. Considering Luke is always like this during a project, Johann and I have gotten used to it. Poor Marianne, on the other hand, looks a bit stressed at seeing this gigantic mess before quickly going back to work. Everything just has to be perfect, exactly the way he wants it. One little thing out of place, one little thing that didn't fit the image he clearly constructed in his head, and Luke gets bent out of shape.
Sweetie, why don't we go and sort your suits upstairs? Let Johans and Marianne and the foreman deal with the rest of the work.
We have this, Mrs. Wright.
Yes, please do go before a blood vessel bursts. Bloodstains are so troublesome to clean.
Taking him by the hand, I lead him upstairs into our bedroom. This place has been arranged first so we can get some rest, no matter what state the rest of the mansion is in. I'm definitely glad I can just lay down on a soft, comfy bed after what has been a busy morning. Watching Luke act like his life depended on getting this move done is tiring all on its own. And to think I have a whole day of this ahead of me. I feel the bed dip beside me as Luke sits down with a sigh.
Well, I can't wait for this to be over.
I don't know. It's fun seeing you all fired up. Here at home and not at work, you know.
You know I can't always be home, Hannah. I have a company to run, unless you've forgotten.
I haven't forgotten. You're the one who insists on being there to make sure each and every little thing is under control. I just really miss you sometimes, and I wish you were at home more often. Why, if you're not careful, I might go a bit loopy and I'll start bringing cats home. And soon enough, one day you'll find yourself going home to a farm just filled with felines that follow you everywhere.
Oh, don't bluff. The things would shred up your precious furniture.
You can't be a cat lady, you're too rich.
Besides, you don't even like cats.
True. Dogs are infinitely superior, of course.
You can have both.
But what about the wet dog smell? The mess? I'm not cleaning up after a mutt, no matter how cute. If you think about it, a cat would be better.
Of course, Draco Malfoy is a cat person. It's not always we can just lie down and talk about these sorts of things. To joke around as if we're teenagers again, with very little problem in the way of responsibilities and roles. Wet dog smell, don't get dog wet, easy to avoid, like a gremlin. By cat, Hannah means another woman. To hear his genuine, honest goodness to laughter is a rarity. This is just the second time as of late. And I can only see it as signs of good things to come.
All good points.
By cats, I mean the multiple women I want to keep around in the house. We need a bitchy character who's a dog person. I think that's, Rebecca. Rebecca gives me dog person vibes, though. We've established her as the Yander. Rebecca is the Yander, so... Who's it that Hannah can romance? I think Zach, Luke, and Marianne. I'm not like for sure though. I hope they release another visual novel because I think they do good at it. Like, Saint Maker was horrible in some ways, but it had better character art in my opinion. Why is Marianne spelled differently sometimes? So her actual name is Marianne. Hannah's just rich and stupid. Hannah's just rich and stupid. Well, she's not stupid. It's like how she just heard this one dude call her Mary Ann once, and that has stuck, unfortunately. And I don't know why she keeps calling Isabella. I think it's a recurring character trait with Hannah. You're poor. I can't remember your name properly.
I guess we could just have kids. That is, if you prefer dealing with soiled nappies and sick as opposed to dead birds, mice, and litter boxes. I've already told Marianne about turning the second bedroom into a children's room.
I guess sometimes I don't know when I'm crossing a line. I didn't say that I'm a good comedian, did I?
Not this again.
What? I wasn't being serious.
It's not something you take the piss out of. Having a kid is a big responsibility, Hannah. We've talked about this, haven't we? I'm not ready to be a parent. I'd probably end up killing the little brat by the week's end.
At least he admits it. I actually kind of want these two to end up together. Normally, I would go for the gay ending, but like these two are like literally actually very precious. And what is wrong with my model? Oh my god. What is wrong with my body? The only person you can scold for misbehaving is me. Luke, probably.
Carly likes you well enough.
They are a nice couple, though, yeah. The mention of our little goddaughter places a conflicted look on his face. Sometimes it is cute when he denies having a soft spot for the little girl. But then sometimes it's sad, and it makes me wonder what happened to make him think so poorly of himself in that regard. Oh no, does he have issues? Well, of course, he's Draco Malfoy. Of course he has issues.
Yes, well, it's Kylie.
OMG, the Kylie Minogue.
The tyke likes everybody and, on the off chance she doesn't, likes them well enough as long as they buy her sweets. And sure, that kid is great, but if I get tired of her, I can ship her back to her father at the end of the day. Having kids of our own will be a whole different monster entirely.
I have never heard him talk about his father in anything but a business context. I recall Damien Wright. Kept hearing about him from my own father even before I met Luke. The business well pays him for running a tight ship, all until one mistake led to a great loss for the enterprise. You're rich, you can ship the kids to a nanny when you retire them. Exactly. And here's the thing, like, to bring up something I'm hearing like more and more people bring up, is that humans were meant to live in a community. Rich people just can pay their own communities. But like, something I keep hearing is like where humanity went off track is when we stopped living together. Where we went to live in like individual houses though. Honestly, I'm so sick of living with other people. I'm so sick of living with other people. I don't think I could like, listen, I'd still need my own individual house. You can come borrow my shit. You can come borrow my shit. But if you're in my kitchen at any point in time, you're getting knifed. You're getting knifed. I apologize. Not the kitchen. Listen, if there's more than one person in that kitchen, it's too crowded. You can give me the kitchen a mile long. And if there's one person in it, it's still too much. As someone who lives in a house with four other people, and used to be 5 other people, I just want nobody to be in the kitchen when I'm washing dishes or doing anything. It's like I'm cooking, I'm washing dishes, get the fuck out. Oh, you think cooking with your partner is romantic? It's not. I'm going to stab you. Leave me alone. Yeah, one day there were 3 adults in my small kitchen and a dog. It was hell. Yeah, no, it's... I'm very much with Kaylin. It's like, oh, you think cooking together with your partner's romantic? It's not. I'm going to stab you. You can go sit on a couch while I cook. You're just going to give me anxiety if you stand in this goddamn kitchen. That's like the worst thing I have when cooking is like, I'm afraid like I do better. I cook better when there's nobody there to like chaperone me. Isn't that news of Luke right? Prodigy son, successor to the old man, started to show up. He aided in its recovery and growth up until the Great Recession. I'm getting a bit off track. Regardless, I've never heard him talk about his father like one would talk about family.
I think you'll be a great father.
There was a smile, no matter how half-hearted it may be. I really do think that. He might not be a good, honest man, part of me knows that, though I try to silence it. But I know Luke well enough that he will be a better father than either Damien Wright or Henry Evans. I love my father, but he never had the time.
If it is any consolation, I think you'd be a decent mother.
On the other hand, I have never heard of his mother. A silence settles, both uncomfortable and comfortable. Look at those puppy dog eyes. There's familiarity in each other's company despite the awkwardness that had transpired. Defenses amassed down without anybody else looking. We are both together and alone in this quiet. But a crash from downstairs stalls us both out of our reverie. Luke lets out a heavy sigh before coming to his feet and straightening his jacket.
I'll have to attend to that then.
Be good, darling. And watch out for your blood pressure.
He gives me a kiss on the cheek before leaving, while I lay there in a daze. Alone, as per usual. I really should be used to it by now. I can feel the minutes tick by with me just lying here, feeling miserable and full of self-pity. I rolled over to lie on my stomach at this point with my face buried into the pillows when there's a knock at the door. Grumbling at them to go away doesn't work as a voice comes from the other side.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Wait, is that today? Oh, yes. People had caught wind of our new mansion the very moment we left the open house. Luke had boasted he could acquire the property in no time and allowed a photo shoot for an interior design magazine to be scheduled today. Well, there were complications and it took longer than it usually does for us.
In a minute, Hansi.
Johannes, if you could at least make it through the end.
Tell them I'll be right down, Hansi.
Hansi. The mansion grounds has been one of the first things to be fixed up aside from the bedroom. Though it's still a work in progress, it had a promising start and I can always see the flower patches. Luke's favorite daffodil stands out easily, having been transplanted from the pots that used to litter the rooftop of our penthouse. Well, if the moving crew thought that Luke was being hard on them, they clearly didn't see the landscape on his way out. The man looked like he was ready to faint, and Luke seemed ready to kill him by the end of their discussion. It's in the gardens I see him standing near the flowers in quiet admiration. He's hard to miss, the hulk of a man that clearly did not belong, and the big backpack and suitcase he has with him makes him look much larger. It's a peculiar sight seeing someone who looks like he does, handling little delicate things with care. He looks up from the gardens and does a double take before a friendly face replaces his serene expression.
Miss Wright, yeah? Hi, Zachary Steele here from Luxury Living, ma'am. Hope you weren't waiting too long. But it looks like you're still moving in, huh? Thought for a second there my calendar was wrong and I came here too early.
Oh shit, this is the tie-in. Yeah, remember, Zachary has a photography job.
The one and only. Welcome to Maison de Right. And yes, we've been in the process of moving in as we were delayed, but it won't be a problem. They're just adding a few things here and there, and you should still be able to do your work. Where's the rest of your crew then, Mr. Steele?
I'm going to have to comb through this fog with a fine steel comb.
Zach is fine, please. Mr. Steele makes me feel like I'm a mascot for a cleaning product. Anyway, I'll be your one-man crew for today. Don't worry, been doing this gig for a while now.
You must be quite the veteran to handle this on your own. We've had a full crew coming into our penthouse the last time we were covered in your magazine.
Veteran? Oh, your words are too kind, Miss Wright.
Hannah! If I get to call you Zach, you have my permission to call me Hannah.
Alrighty then.
Finally, someone she calls by their actual name.
Anyway, I'm no veteran, but I know my camera well enough to make sure this is a good shoot. You can trust me on that, Miss Wright. Hannah.
Zachary proves quickly enough that I can, in fact, trust him. His skills with the camera and experience in this industry, at the very least. He's kind and courteous, listening and following as I lead him around the house. A really nice fellow. He treats our household staff well whenever we cross paths with them. I answer his questions to the best of my ability, and he is patient enough to answer mine whenever I get curious enough. For one, I ask what the bags are for. They are quite the magician's toolkit. From inside, he procured several items to embellish the interior with. Bowls of fruits, lemons, trays with pepper meals, stacks of cookbooks, cutting boards, and glass canisters filled with colorful nuts and grains are brought in for a kitchen setting. For the bathroom, there are white towels, seashells, and decorative soaps. There are other things as well, too numerous to count, all in that large backpack and suitcase.
Tricks of the trade. Softens up a room, makes a place feel more homey, and fills it up with texture.
Zach's basically saying, bitch, your house don't feel like a home.
But you guys probably have better stuff I can use for this.
No lights. Don't tell me all of these are just props.
Well, I've got my tripod here. For things like these, natural light is best. I'll just have to set the shutter speed to a real slow setting, and as long as nobody steps into the shot, it'll look great.
Oh, it better.
You go through the rooms one at a time, although we first tackle the ones that the movies have no business in anymore. The ballroom needs a little preparation with its grand design. Although there is some trouble at first with the wide open space and the pictures being backlit. It's in the kitchen that Zachary's props come in handy, considering how Johannes kept the place so neat and sterile. One can practically eat off the floor. We carry on, touring the house and taking pictures where we can, with the exception of the rooms which have yet to gain any purpose or design. Too bad I can't take a sneak peek at his photos yet. Funnily enough, he's using a traditional camera. I didn't even know film still existed. Ah, to be this rich and oblivious to the ongoings of the world. The way he speaks, however, I can tell he knows enough about his craft that I'm not too worried about botched photographs. I imagine photography must be cathartic for him, judging by how at ease he looks while taking pictures. There's small snippets of conversation in between the clicking of the camera. He even goes as far to talk about these terminologies like shutter speeds and aperture when I talk about the technical aspects. I can't quite see the picture as it is made, much like when I watched artists paint on their canvas. But just watching someone passionately practicing their craft such as this is exciting in its own way. Going through the many rooms has been quite the exercise for both of us. Passion? I'm too rich for that. I have money. I don't have passion, I have money for that. Despite that, he has been so nice, I find myself putting on my best smile. But it is as we are taking pictures in the foyer, everything comes to a standstill for a moment. Just a moment. And had I not been paying attention, I wouldn't have even noticed. It is merely a split second when Zachary's rhythm is put to a halt. His finger doesn't move to release the shutter. Oh, I see. We're dating the ghost girl, too. Okay. You know, I kind of like the juxtaposition. I'd ship it. Just for aesthetics. Yet he also doesn't pull the camera away from his face. Yet he's still firmly fixed through the viewfinder. His hands shake and there's a light sheen of sweat on his forehead.
Zachary?
No response.
Zach? Is something the matter?
Yeah, there's kind of a ghost trying to, choke you. Lowering his camera, he blinks and stares at something behind me before shaking his head. Turning around, though, I see nothing that could have gotten his attention. All my weight from fear is murdering you. Try not to die.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong. I just remembered something, that's all. Let's get back to the pictures. Can you move a bit more to the left, yeah?
I struggle to respond this time. There's a sudden weight on my back and an indescribable tightness around my throat. Everything stops. And everything starts again as I manage to choke out.
If you're sure.
I don't know what just happened. It's probably just a dizzy spell. Yeah, sure, dizzy spell, uh-huh. Not like you were being murdered. I'm fine, and he said he's fine, and we're all fine. Frenzied, insane, neurotic. I don't know a word that is a synonym for crazy that starts with E, but we'll say energetic. Yeah, we're fine. You continue at the same pace as before, although there's an unspoken agreement that we will not talk about what happened. Eccentric is kind of close. I feel like eccentric is when a person is weird, but they're also rich. If you're weird, but you're also rich, you get away with it. You get called eccentric. Howard Hughes was eccentric. Though there's like a certain level of money to weirdness ratio. Like Lady Gaga is just weird. There's not enough money. I'm making more of a joke, but you know, you can have the weird hobbies and the autism, but when you have the weird hobbies and the autism and you're rich, you're just eccentric. You don't need a diagnosis.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
Nah, I just freelance mostly, for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job. It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do.
Like Howard Hughes was the richest guy in the world at that time. I've heard of Howard Hughes, but I don't know what he's done.
At least, not all the time.
What is it that you want to do then?
May have been out of line sticking my nose into other people's business, but I can't help but ask. I regret doing so as I see his shoulders slump and the easygoing air he has fades away. He looks torn over whether he wants to talk about it or not.
Films. Documentaries, mostly.
Aviation stuff. Oh, yeah. You owned a movie studio at one point and a bunch of hotels in Las Vegas. Okay.
But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right? I was working on this thing, actually.
What thing?
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like Blue Fonzie very much.
Think you own a film company? If you're rich and you're not owning a film company, what are you even doing?
People don't like a film about colors.
Tool company? Well, the rich are tools.
I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Very funny.
So, Grand Director, do you want to tell me what Blue Fonzie is all about?
He hesitates. When I refuse to budge on the matter, he gives in and spills it all out. Blue Fonzie, le hier la place sombre des noirs britanniques. Dark blue, the darkest hours of the black British. He speaks with passion of one who has gone through the very matter he is concerned with. There's conviction, knowledge, and experience in his speech. I would have told him that he was an amazing speaker, if only I wasn't so engrossed listening. Prejudice and discrimination in schools and in the workplace. lesser chances for opportunity and higher chances of being treated like a criminal. He spoke of blacks and people in color in general still being treated like second-class citizens, all because of the color of their skin. It is all just positively riveting and sad. It comes to a point wherein he loses steam. He looks abashed, realizing what he had just done.
Sorry, I just got so carried away and...
It's fine. It is really so fascinating to watch people talk about their passion after all. You should see how your eyes light up when you speak so fiercely. You do have very beautiful eyes.
Hannah, please. You can't just be saying this to men. You can't just be saying things like this to men.
Uh-huh. Thanks, I guess.
I want to say that I understand where he's coming from. I really don't, do I? No, lady, you're literally probably in the Forbes richest 100. He'll be crushing that interaction for years now. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, and I lived a charmed life. It hasn't been perfect, but the difficulties I've been through pales in comparison to what others experience on a daily basis. I certainly don't know how I would have fared were it any different. Would I still have met Luke, and would he have still loved me if I was any lesser?
What was your home like? These things you talk about, it sounds like you've... Well, I don't mean to pry, I mean.
Live with my older sister and my grandparents. We had a shop selling all sorts of things below our flat. And well, I was one of the few non-white, non-British students in class. I didn't get pushed around or anything straight up. Even then, I was one of the biggest kids around. But a pencil and notebook would go missing, you know?
Oh, that I knew. Children can be so cruel at times. Of course, it may be a slightly different story when you have personal guards, and the stolen item is not a pencil, but an expensive heirloom. If I was any lesser, wow, what a way to phrase it. Well, she is super rich. She is giving... I'm not going to say she's 1%, because the 1% is very, very out there, but she's giving me like 10% vibes. Well, no, she might be 1%. She just bought this house on a whim, a vibe. Okay, let me go get more tea. I couldn't get more fucking tea because the kitchen's being mopped. It's 10 p.m. Why are they mopping the damn kitchen? I've lost all control of my life. I just... All I need to do now is walk in on them making pudding at 3 a.m. and I'll have had it. Not sure why I'd be angry at pudding at 3 a.m. But you know what? It's how it's going now. I'm going down now with all of my fine china. Like stovetop putting and hot instant pudding. Oh my god. Even worse. Because I'm not even sure if anyone knows how to make stovetop pudding here. It has been instant all of our lives.
So what about you? How you liking your new house? It's pretty impressive.
It's nice, I suppose.
You know, it comes with free ghosts. You can't turn down a free ghost. I mean, sometimes you like the ghost. You know, there's all that ectoplasm.
You suppose?
Yummy ectoplasm.
Not big enough?
What? No, oh, don't be a bully. It's just that.
I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
I was a little girl, all dolled up and treated like fragile porcelain, with nursemaids waiting to me hand and foot. All the material possessions anyone could ever want. I could ask for on a whim, and it'd be handed to me just like that. I barely saw my parents, just goodbye kisses in the morning before they went off to who knows where they were needed next. I saw them more often on the telly or in the papers than I ever did in person.
I remember my old house. It was a lot like this one. Big walls and big halls, but nobody in it. Not really. It makes you think how alone you are.
A pensive mood overcomes us. And there's a moment where neither of us are sure of how to go on from there. Things have gotten a bit too personal, yet it isn't wholly uncomfortable, like we've been friends before.
Well, that's normal, ain't it? You just moved here. You'll make home out of it yet.
He certainly makes it easy to believe that. My childhood house is indeed a lot like this one. Just as large and extravagant, and just as empty. I hope he's right.
So, Monsieur le Photographe, you've covered the one and only Ermengarde mansion. What's next on the agenda?
The interview?
Boring. It's an interior design and housing magazine.
And they want to know what Miss Wright has to say about her interior design and house.
Alright, thinks she bought a magnificent house that she can certainly brag about. Blah, blah. Boring. You know what they should print more of? I watched an interesting documentary the other day. Bleu Foncé, The Darkest Hours of the Black British. I recommend you watch it. Those are the things that people should know about. What do they care if I use a purple or green bowl of fruit in my kitchen?
People, right?
Oui, people are shite.
Oh my god, Hannah, I vibe with you so hard. Jean-Paul Sartre, hell is other people. And why is my model weird?
What do you think? Do I look good with this angle?
I strike a pose while he's being busy, looking taken aback for a moment, probably not expecting me to just go and say such a crass word. But he recovers quickly, and after snapping a few shots, he grins.
Yeah, vous êtes belle. You want copies of these ones?
Yes, please. So, the big boy knows French. You must have wooed a few ladies. Unless you're into gents. Either way, French is, after all, the language of romance.
She's like, I don't care who you romance, but you seem like you know your way around a person.
No, I don't know about quoting fancy poetry. But I've made lunch for a girl before, and they did like that fancy French cuisine.
Can you cook your best?
I could cook just about anything as long as I know the recipe.
Say money big.
Girly Pop just acquiring a harem. And you know what? I support it. I support Hannah goes on her husband-wife collecting arc. Didn't she just meet this dude? I mean... calls him good friend. She doesn't get out of the house. Hannah needs to literally touch grass. Girl has some princess disease going on. She knows him. Now she wants to know him. No, Lee is certainly not a good friend. Although we just met. Okay, she's self-aware. She's self-aware. Although we just met, Sakure's the sort who can probably befriend anyone. Okay, she's self-aware. Like, I think we knew that from last playthrough. She's self-aware. He's a comfortable person to be around with. A bit too comfortable. The photo went by a breeze. And somewhere along the way, as we talk and laugh, I find myself getting a bit too close without realizing. He'll give me this strange look until I back off, and he'll go back to asking questions after I agree to do his little interview. Yeah, I was fixing to jump this poor man's bones in a sec. Our woman is depraved, and I kind of support her. I support women's rights and wrongs. Nice house, fuck me. It's just odd. Well, no. Me being friendly isn't that odd. That is how I am. Zachary is the one being odd. Why anyone else would absolutely welcome the extra attention I give him. Listen, you are a rich white lady, and he is a black man. Hannah, please. Hannah, please. He, on the other hand, looks almost flustered about it. He should be used to different personalities by now, having to deal with various people when he works. If not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him attention of this kind, but he's a big boy. He should be able to handle me. All it is a friendly touch here, a pretty smile there, a gentle swing of the hips as I move around. Oh, she just built. She built naturally like this. She's been in the game for too long. Why is she doing this? OMG. She's been around. Have a drink, you thirsty. I think what's happening is that she has to play the social game too often. And that requires you being flirty enough with men to keep them around just in case something happens. Like, she's probably normal around other girls. But this is probably like her inbuilt nature with men. Like, from a character standpoint, it seems like she uses flirtation as a tool to get what she wants, and that was what she was taught. Zachary grew more and more red every time he noticed. Am I being me as I find enjoyment in seeing him unravel? Perhaps. This went on during the interview and beyond that. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Zachary and I are just having a playful, friendly chat while enjoying the outside view. At least that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted. Could you maybe stop doing that?
Stop? I'm not sure if I want to, though. Is it power move too, like she likes flustering people? I get that vibe. He's asking for us to stop.
Oh, stop if it makes you uncomfortable, sweetie.
Sorry.
No, I should be the one apologizing. Why, you're a shy one, aren't you, big guy?
It's not that, but...
He gestures to the ring on my finger and lets the fact of the matter hang heavily between us. Being told implicitly that I'm too forward is not a common occurrence. I think I'm more stunned at the fact that he pointed it out rather than, well, being rejected. Not that anything is going to happen between us in the first place. It's just going to be some harmless flirting, right?
So, you've never had a girlfriend?
No. No boyfriend either. You know, just in case you were gonna ask for that one next.
Well, after that dropped his relationship.
And you haven't even had your first kiss?
Not a one, ma'am.
Do you want to have your first kiss today?
I can't help it. I really, really can't. I'm going to apologize lots later. Surely, by the catty smile on my face, it's obvious I'm just pulling his leg. God damn. I love her though. I love this toxic woman. The laugh I failed to contain certainly gives it away, if it still isn't obvious. But still, he lights up embarrassment, stammering and sputtering objections.
You're married, and this will be extremely unprofessional.
I never said I would kiss you, silly. Oh, Johans!
No, what? No. Don't call your butler. She's Hannah.
That would be for the better. I don't think his husband would appreciate it if I made him kiss another man.
Oh, okay, so we do have some gay in here. Okay. Now I need to have your husband do it. I'm sure he would like to be made to do something. This interaction's so wild to me.
I do not think you can hear us from here either. But it is hard to think you're not taken, Zachary. Why, whoever becomes your girlfriend will be so lucky to have you. You can cook and take wonderful photographs.
Hannah is lovely, but she is also so out there. Hannah's just so out. I don't think it is. I think it might be borderline harassment, but I also think Hannah just has been in like such a separate world where her interactions are with other men are more valued. And like, if anything ever happened to Luke, you know, well, she probably has her own money, you know, she probably needs to like gold dig for the rest of her life or something. And so, and not to mention, there are people who are just naturally flirty with every interaction. So, like, it strikes me as, like, Hannah is a combination of things that just does not mesh well with Zach. There's Flirty, and then there's Hannah. There's Flirty, and then there's Lawsuit. Then there's Hannah.
Wonderful meals and wonderful memories.
I can play guitar too.
You can? Oh my, wonderful serenades as well then. Perhaps I can find a young lady who deserves a fine, strapping young gentleman like yourself.
Hannah's not going to rest until Zachary is laid.
Let's not get carried away. Besides, I gotta be going. It's getting late and I got someplace else to be.
Hannah, please.
A shame.
Hannah, no. Hannah, yes.
I will be expecting you again soon, I hope. For a copy of my photographs, yes?
Course, I'll even deliver them personally. Just, you know, don't try to make me kiss your butler when I drop by.
As fate would have it, the very moment the words leave his mouth, Johannes comes out of the house. Judging by the slight raise of his brows, he has only heard the tail end of the sentence.
There shall be no kissing of any butlers under this roof, Danke.
But you are not under a roof, are you, Hansi?
To my amusement, he takes a step back, safely placing him within the threshold of the foyer, and under the roof of the house. And just as ever, he is quick to return a sardonic reply. He's just used to it by now. This is Madame Hannah's existence.
I am now. As I was saying, madam, it's about time for supper.
He may be Luke's butler, but I'm pretty sure he's Hannah's friend.
Will I be needing to set an extra place at the table?
Oh, what? No, I was just leaving, actually.
Johannes is a part of the chaos at this point, I think.
So, you have a good night, Hannah. And you too, Hansi.
It was nice to meet you, Zach, honey. You have a safe trip.
He nods, and the grin on his face as we say our goodbyes is the sweetest I have ever seen. I linger, looking out for him with his relatively tiny bicycle, backpack safely secured in the basket by the front, and suitcase hooked to the back. I watch as he went down the path back to Ansem Village, until he is nothing more than a blip in the horizon. I cannot help the small smile on my face as I go inside for supper, and think of the harem I am building. Entering the dining hall causes me so much confusion. It is dark, and for a moment I thought the electric work is not up to par. But that is clearly not the case, as every other room is bright with artificial light. Are we going to hit on Marianne next? Maybe. I don't really enjoy Marianne that much. Finding the light switch is a monumental task, considering the size and my unfamiliarity with the room. To make matters worse, the darkness grants the room a different atmosphere. Eerie and frightening. It takes longer than I thought to find the switch, something that will be rectified later on. My skin starts to prickle, and there's a distinct feeling of being watched. It unsettles me and only spurs me on in my search. When I do open the lights, there is a hiss.
I'll turn the lights down, woman!
There, at the end of the hall, is my beloved husband with his face in one hand and a glass in the other. Perhaps I can let it go if it's only one glass of wine. However, I can feel myself go livid after seeing the toxic green liquid gleam mockingly at me. It's Kool-Aid. Ah, yes, the poisonous green Kool-Aid. He likes to add the sugar himself. He likes to have personal levels of sugar. So he doesn't make the Kool-Aid. He just makes the water with the Kool-Aid in it, and then he adds the sugar individually with every glass. Kind of a smart idea, honestly.
Luke, what? Are you drinking absinthe?
I never had absinthe, but I don't want to. It doesn't feel like it'd be great. You said no wine, honey.
You know what the doctor said. Absinthe, Luke. Are you actively trying to kill yourself? Because if you are, we can just hit you with a bloody car.
She's like, I have a second husband lined up. I don't need you no more.
Honeybee, Buttercup, not too loud, please. Besides, it's Lelouch, not too strong. Just hair of the dog that bit me. Helps with the hangover, dearest.
You drank? When?
This morning, love. Don't be mad.
Of course, when we were flirting with everyone else. It's dinner time and he's got a hangover. To be fair, he shouldn't be drinking in the morning. Oh well, if he's French, then it's okay. Because the French drink in the morning, I think. I'm not sure about like when Europeans think it's okay to drink. I just know that if you're drinking before 12, you probably are an alcoholic. At least that's how it is in America. It's like you're drinking before 12 is a choice. From like 6 a.m. to 12 is problem hours. If you're drinking at 5 a.m., it's okay. You're still drinking from the previous night. 6 a.m. is officially tomorrow time. 6 a.m. is responsibility hours starting. When I worked at Circle K, there was people waiting at the beer doors for me to unlock them at 6 a.m. Ew.
I just needed a few drinks, having to deal with those simpletons. And maybe I had one too much. You don't see me whinging about you leaving me to handle them on my own.
I had to attend the photo shoot and interview with Luxury Living. You know that. Let's not make this about me, Luke. This is about you and your drinking problem and...
Oh, I don't know, Hana, darling. What if my drinking problem, as you like to call it, is linked to you? If we think about it that way, this discussion is about you. That was pretty mean of you, leaving me alone to do all the work like that. You can't use the interview as an excuse either, honey. I was informed the moment your little interview was done. So, what was it then, What were you doing?
Hold on, I actually want to... Let's tell the truth. Sunshine, moonshine. Besides, I have a new boyfriend now.
I was talking with Zachary, the photographer for Luxury Living.
Hold on. That was a subtraction. That was the truth.
I was just tending to the garden, sweetie.
Girl, we should... I don't know why a lie is a plus, but okay. I guess this is our relationship now.
You were?
That face. You were? I love it when my wife scolds me and lies to me. I feel like we're activating something in Luke. For a moment, he looks skeptical. I can tell by the gleam in his eyes and the way he sits up in attention. He thinks I'm lying. I see no point in bringing up Zachary and aggravating him. I did tend to the gardens for a bit, so it's not a complete lie. Just a little white lie. Besides, I know just how to please him. Sauntering over and circling around him, I place my fingers on his shoulders. I apologize to everyone who was not listening with earbuds. He lets out a little groan before melting like butter as I massage his shoulders.
Mm-hmm. I had to make sure they didn't ruin your favorite daffodils.
Oh, that is wonderful.
I'm not sure if he means the massage or the flowers, but I'll take it. This is better than a fight.
So, absinthe.
Just one glass, Loosh.
I suppose I can let this one go. A bit too late anyway, you've already drank half the thing. But remember your doctor's orders.
Yes, I'll try to drink less.
Try.
Hey, I'm only human. Do you want one?
No, thank you.
Supper is spent in silence with nothing but the occasional sound of silverware. A grand feast has been served, well, grander than usual anyway, most likely due to Luke's complaints of stress. A platter of native oysters for starters, and tranche turbot with purple sprouting broccoli, lemon, capers, and anchovy sauce for mains. To finish it all off, black tea and golden syrup sponge pudding with a custard. Man, I want some black tea with a golden syrup sponge pudding with custard. But when our appetites are appeased and the plates are cleared away, Luke stands, kisses me goodnight, and leaves me to stare at my half-empty cup. Lonely in the lull night, I sit in a house too big and too empty, foreign and unwelcoming. Even with its warm tone and homely decor, it feels cold. There's no need for tears, however. I know I can get through this like every other obstacle I have faced before. This is a minor setback in what I hope will be a long and happy life. To remind myself this place is for Luke and for our future children fills me with a renewed vigor. Besides, it looks like someone is having a cry already. The railing is far away and muffled. Yet, at the same time, it shakes me to my very core as I hear it. Suffering is just standing, as if the suffering is just standing right beside me. It sends a chill down my spine and makes my skin prickle with goosebumps. Who is that? Oh gee, was there an extra chair in their bedroom? That was the dining room. He seems like he liked knowing he was being cheated on. Oh no. Oh, okay, I misread that. Okay. Yeah, I see now. Oh no, Luke likes being in the cuck chair. Curiosity sinks in as I follow the sorrowful sound into the kitchen. And into the wine cellar hatch.
Hello? Is anybody down there?
I'm curious and concerned, but there is no way I'm going down into a dark and humid underground. I'm not as enthusiastic as Luke, who considers him quite the connoisseur. However, I also cannot bring myself to go to bed with this racket going on. If it is on the household help, they will surely need some talking. After all, this wouldn't be the first time I've gone and found one of the maids sobbing their eyes out over one thing or another. As professional as our staff are, they are still human. Oh, whoops. More often than not, it's either Johannes or I who calm them down, who'd help them figure out how to go on about things. Unfortunately, I am not in high spirits right now, so I'm not as wholly benevolent. Oh god. We opened the hatch, right? We opened the hatch, right, chat? Release Pandora. Pandora, open the box. Pandora, open the box. I may not be going down, but there's no point in talking through closed doors. Or hatches, in this case. The thing refuses to budge at first until there's a soft click and it easily swings free. As I lift up the hatch and look down into the cellar, a sense of uneasiness washes over me. It's empty! Devoid of all things but hope. It isn't just the sudden onset of vertigo and nausea, but also the darkness. It's suffocating. And as I look down, it feels as if it's looking back at me. Is it the void you stare into? No, wait, I think you scream into the void and you stare at the abyss. It's the abyss, yes. I stare into the abyss and the abyss stares back. I worry that something will suddenly pull me into the deep. I can hear her whispering. Help me. And it's winking at me. Hannah feels like she'd have monster fucker literature. Calling for me. She wants me. Needs me. She wants to drown me, pull me down, and suffocate me in her embrace until I sink to the bottom. A deep abyss awaits, inviting yet foreboding. She's calling to me from in there, isn't she? And I do want to help, I do. But the shadows starting to creep out, and a feeling of apprehension keeps me in place. Already it paints the room in a darker light. There's a lurching sensation, and the feeling that follows after is hard to explain. It feels like I'm watching myself on the sidelines, a spectator to my actions or lack thereof. I will myself to snap out of this detached feeling, to move, to do anything except stare at myself. And for a moment I see the look of fear in my own face. I'm back in my body, but the hook in my stomach is no longer the only one. The hooks are everywhere, tearing and pulling at my skin, flesh, and bones. They pull at me in every direction, and it hurts. It hurts so much, but I just can't bring myself to scream out.
Help me.
X. L. Z. I wake from a deep slumber. It takes a while with the fog that has settled in my head and with my heavy limbs. But soon enough I manage to look around. I'm in our bedroom already, although I do not recall going here. Luke Summers beside me, looking peaceful and angelic. It doesn't matter. I'm safe and I feel better than ever. Tomorrow, better days will come. Luke is already gone by the time I arise. Oh, I just have a video on, and it said, please like and subscribe right when this said, I can hear her calling to me. Please like and subscribe. Please help me fight against the YouTube algorithm. Please help. Go to my Patreon, where you can get behind the scenes access to videos I can't put on YouTube. There isn't a single hide nor hair of him to be found. Trying to call him on his mobile is a bust, as it only goes straight to his voicemail. That's twice in a row he's gone on me. And for him to disappear today of all days is every bit upsetting because of what's to come. The morning is once again filled with a whirlwind of activity. Fortunately, I am much more refreshed as I took a break from my responsibilities. I haven't the faintest clue where Luke was yesterday. Today is going to be a busy day, although unlike Wednesday, the master of the house isn't here right now, absent once again from his duties. Hopefully he'll be back in time for the party. This is our house, after all. A grand housewarming party for the wonderful Wright Mansion. Every person of importance from Luxborn is invited. There'll be a few guests flying in as well. Of course, there'll be some people from the media, along with friends and acquaintances, who are made no less important regardless of their status in society. Mary and I discussed business and last-minute touches to the house before finalizing everything. Not that there is much change from our original plans. Bar any huge additions to the property itself, the mansion is nearly 100% complete.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
Well, I can't take all of the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the Wright mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Luke and I had a small tiff about making the second bedroom into a child's playroom, which I insisted is completely practical. In the end, he had to acquiesce. I didn't give him any choice in the matter. I even bought this wonderful wooden crib from the antique store yesterday, including some toys. Just in case anyone brings their baby, of course. Emergency baby crib. Everyone needs one. There's a mansion and only 2 bedrooms. It's not like... You know, I'm not sure what the fuck's going on with this house. I mean, there's 2 official bedrooms. Every other bedroom might have been turned into something else over time, you know? This is a good place for me and Zachary, Luke, to raise our kids. Let's be real, they'd be Zachary's kids. Luke is too busy sitting in the chair. Luke is too busy sitting in the cuck chair. Besides, we have little need for actual guest rooms. We hardly have guests who spend the night. If we absolutely have to, we often choose to foot the bill for their visit on one of our hotels instead. Always at Luke's own insistence. And on the off chance that we actually let someone stay, the bedroom in the opposite wing is still up to the task.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned.
Okay, so there's 3 bedrooms.
I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
No, I did not agree to him having a helipad.
All right, then. Well, do we have any other concerns? Anything we need to put on our agenda before the party commences?
No, I don't think so.
The helipad is for after she gets him trained.
Not unless Luke has anything else to say.
The helipad will be the post-Zachary gift.
Is he around then? It'd be best if we can note down his request right away, considering the scope of his usual ones.
Around? No. Where is he? Who knows where? I don't.
No, he's not around.
She didn't have to point out the obvious now, did she? After 7 long years, I already gotten used to him. I should be by now. Still not, apparently.
But don't you have a party?
Oh, nothing more than to complain, to whinge about how unfair this is. However, airing out one's dirty laundry is simply taboo among high society. To do so will make you a ripe target for the next dinner party chit-chat. Vultures, a lot of them, really. Or most of them, at least. There's always the good ones like Rochelle Lee. But put your trust in the wrong person, you'll find yourself eagerly picked apart.
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting, he's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Perhaps I'm being a bit too rash, a bit too hot-headed in divulging details. I thought myself clever with the plan to dress it up as gossip. Marianne's raised brow makes me unsure whether she is interested or not. Although that does make things better if she has no interest and therefore has no hidden intent to utilize whatever I might say to her.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit a... how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband.
You know, our friends.
But it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark.
You know, just our friends who have this issue.
What do you think?
What do I think of the matter, ma'am?
No, what do you think of my hair? It feels so lifeless and dull today, and that's no good for a party.
It's like, no, bitch, I want you to talk about my
And
hair.
I think I'm breaking out into zits.
Now that you mention it, there is something different.
There better not be something on my face.
I wouldn't worry about that. You do look a little paler than usual, ma'am.
I was looking away. Did she say Mushroom Man? She basically just changed the subject. Was like, oh, I want to talk about my hair, not my marriage issues. I'm trying to cover up as my friend's marriage issues.
I apologize if I'm crossing any lines here, but have you been resting properly?
Huh. You'd think I get a bit tanned with how sunny it's been lately. Don't you worry. I feel right as rain and never better. But back to the matter at hand.
You were asking for my personal opinion on the matter, ma'am? Do you want me to be honest, or...
We're just crossing every line in this game, aren't we? Yeah.
Be honest with me, Marianne. I don't need someone to sugarcoat it. I'm not some fragile thing that I'm just going to break down at the slightest thing.
She hesitates, taking a sip of her coffee while I stare into my own cup of tea. The silence stretches on, and I almost believe she'll never answer my question. Large forehead. Mine or the game's? Welcome in, Chin. How are you tonight? Shout out to the best chinchilla. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I'm good. If I remember correctly, you were playing Helldivers recently with Ralphie, and well, I know a lot of people has been playing Ralphie. It's tough playing Lockdown and dealing also with no mic. Oh, that sucks. I'm sorry about the no mic. Shout out. Everyone, please go check out Chin. He is the best. He is also probably one of the cutest chinchilla VTubers. If not like one of the only chinchilla VTubers. And we've known each other for a bit since we were in a place of hell together. Oh my god, just understandable. Yeah, I understand that. I've been having people walking on me tonight, so yeah, I understand that. But welcome in. Y'all should follow Chin if you aren't already, cause why aren't you? He does a lot of retro stuff, a lot of randomizers. Plays a lot with Ralphie. Just amazing, awesome person. Have been able to play with Ralphie for a bit. Gotcha. To be fair, Ralphie is also quite busy. But I'm glad you could drop in and give me a visit too. I need to play some multiplayer games myself, but it's not really my thing. I say, having bitched earlier about MMO, the great MMO, critically acclaimed, now with 3 Trial to Stormblood, Final Fantasy XIV. I don't play a lot of multiplayers. It's okay, I know. I have a lot of people I need to visit too, don't worry. There's some people who I'm like, you're independent, I can put you on the back burner for 3 months. I do a lot of lurking when I can, though. But we're playing The Letter, which is a nice, chill game tonight, if you ever want to check it out. It's original, so I might suggest playing it off-stream, honestly. I like playing visual novels because I can make fun of them, though. I suppose I shouldn't blame her putting her in a tight spot like this. It can be a horror and a visual novel. There's some QTEs. It's mostly weird because of this weird portrait art that you see throughout the entire game. And I hate to say this, love the game, but oh my god, these are such generic guy online IMVU looking bullshit things. All the men have big ties. Yes, big flat square ties when they're like fancy. And all the models are rigged to do the same exact things. All the girls have the same exact poses, all the dudes have the same exact poses. Even Marianne, you're considered, but went for the scarf. Yeah, and her scarf kind of looks like it's trying to kill her. That scarf is on a mission. I suppose I shouldn't blame her putting her in a tight spot like this. Her hesitation is understandable, though I loathe to admit she simply wants this whole thing to stay professional. We're also hitting on everything that moves. Not us. Hannah. Hannah's just a thirsty bitch in general. But then she speaks.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
It's my turn to hesitate now. I really didn't expect such a straightforward question. And to get to the heart of the matter, suppose I'm not as clever as I like to think. Or is it really that bad that an outsider can see our little marital troubles? Surely we aren't that obvious. And Shin, this game is so serious. So like the game actually has horror, but the entire basis for the horror is a chain letter. Like the most 90s chain letter you have ever seen. Like, can I bring it up here? Let me actually... Where is... Yes, hold on. Let me show you the letter. The letter. Where is item sprites? No, wait, hold on. That's the printer paper. Hold on. This is the letter. I'm just going to let that sink in for everyone again. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's that vibe. I haven't stopped making fun of it with every, like, yeah. But it's the whimsy. It's send this to 5 people, or else. To be fair, I think all horror should have a little camp, and so it's fine. Then the printer got possessed. Oh yeah, the printer got possessed too. But of course, printers are just inherently demonic creatures, so is the printer really possessed? We put up this act of a perfect couple for years, although it hadn't always been an act. Marianne is just more keen than the average person, of course. It's a necessity to her career, and she's been working so closely with us. Yes, that's it.
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle. But, if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else. Someone who won't even give him the time of the day. Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone. That's just my 2 pence worth, of course.
So you're saying they should divorce?
Nothing as drastic as that.
She's saying get a fucking life, Hannah. She's saying go touch grass, Hannah.
If they're afraid that it might lead to just that, then maybe that is what's meant to happen in the first place. We shouldn't let our fear control our lives. But it's just a short hiatus is all. Or, couples therapy? Look, I'm really not the best person to ask about relationships. So grain of salt and all that.
She trails off, having said her piece, and leaves nothing but the smell of coffee and Earl Grey between us. There is a calm despite the nature of what has just been discussed. To say that her words make me start to think is an understatement. To say I'm not considering her advice is a lie. To say that this might just be the calm before the storm is a possibility. Others have had shorter marriages, yes. Plenty have celebrated long and happy ones as well. My own parents celebrated their choral anniversary before they passed away. Oh my god, you're so rich, you call anniversaries by their fucking bullshit ass things. This is the paper anniversary. This is the titanium anniversary. This is the diamond anniversary. This is the angel anniversary where I get my biblically accurate angel. I'm so excited. Bitch, what is choral anniversary? I don't speak 1%. If you pre-order, you can get the choral anniversary package. And if you order right now, you get your preparations for the let's see here, coral, I guess magma, the magma anniversary. You get the preparations for the magma anniversary. These rich ass European bitches, oh my god. But 7 years? Thank you, I will stretch. I will drink after I get a refill, but I did just drink, so I'm gonna consider that part of the Tamagotchi. 7 years is copper, apparently. You see, if they made that thing now, copper would be coral. And coral wouldn't even be on the list because all the coral in the world is dying. Immediate depression, yeah. Oh, you reached Coral? Congrats on dying. Congrats on, climate change physically affecting your marriage, I guess. Dead like your relationship. 7 years isn't a whole lot in the grand scheme of things. Isn't a whole lot of time to see what and where our relationship can bring us. I mean, 7 years is still a lot. At that same time, 7 years hasn't been entirely made up of unhappy years, is it? It won't last forever, it's not supposed to anyway. Just dread the thought it might last for a very long time. I dread the thought that these small spats, these little disagreements will turn into all-out resentment. The idea that we will grow to hate each other with every fiber of our being scares me. Can't even pinpoint the exact moment when our blissful union turns sour. We can get through this, right? And now we have ads. Oh well, soon we're having ads. So I'm going to go get tea, hopefully. Hopefully there's not going to be any wild things happening in the kitchen. If so, then you know what, I'll just thirst for the rest of the night, like Hannah. So I'll be right back. I'm back. I have green tea. It's a little bit of honey in it. Not enough, because oh my god, it's there. You finally got the tea, yeah. Fortunately, my mom was like, oh, apparently someone was like, oh, I'm gonna pour the rest of this tea into a little, like, a mason jar thing. And so, like, yeah. Okay, so, like, it's not entirely bad night. Someone was like, okay, there's actually tea in this. Hold on. And, like, lightly sweetened with honey because I need to fix my diet. I already had soda today, and I don't drink a lot of soda, actually. At most, it's like 3 cans or 3 bottles a week. But there was one point in my life where I was down to like 1 can or 1 bottle of soda a week. Sometimes 2, but that's only if I like went out. So like I probably should get back to that. I think a kettle might help with that because having the kettle is nice. The water stays really, really warm even when like you don't have the heat on. Not to mention, for some reason, the kettle boils quicker than a pot of water. I don't know how or why. I don't question it. It's just tea magic. It's just tea magic. Probably because it's covered. True. Oh, wait. If I want to boil my water quicker, damn it. Have I been stupid this entire time? Have I been dealing with long boil times because I did not cover the fucking boiling water? It takes like 10 to 20 minutes for water to boil for my tea. And for like my spaghetti. Oh my god. I know that, but it's like, you know, you usually don't try to cover water when you're boiling it. But now I'm just like, you know what? I don't cook often enough for it to, like, be a big deal. I know the important things, like, chicken should be at least 165 degrees. I know to cook chicken all the way through. Know that I still do love him. I feel that there's still a part of him that loves me in return. Just need to get our heads together and talk it out. Surely he will see some sense. There's a cough before Marianne clears her throat. I must have been quiet for so long and I moved to apologize when she stands up. No medium rare chicken at Vesper's place. You might get a little overcooked, but no medium rare. Well. There is no pink in the middle. If you want a medium well rare steak, you might want to ask someone else to do that, cause I don't like rare steak. However, my best friend should just bite a cow. Love my bestie, but she should just go out and bite some cows. They don't even need to bring it into the kitchen. They just need to, like, shave it a little and, like, have her bite in. We both end up on our feet, unsure how to proceed. Some sort of awkward shuffle as we decide whether to sit back down or not. Missed some context there.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
I'll try to stay in chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies.
Bites. There was an O in there. She's so Scottish, she put an O in there. Bites. Hold on, can I rehear that?
I'll try to stay in chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies.
2 years? Oh my god, has it been 2 years? Also, I didn't know that was a thing. Wow. Yeah, it's gonna be 3 in August. I remember watching your initial debut. But Vesper, but I don't think I followed you that day. No, you didn't follow me until a year after. Oh shit, it's been 3 years? Oh my god, I'm aging. I'm turning to dust. I need a Thanos snap redeem just to turn my mall to dust whenever someone mentions anything related to time. But man, we've been working hard, haven't we, Chin? We're turning to dust, but we're at least we're doing it live. We're turning to dust live here, folks. The bat and the chinchilla. I'm working hard at my job, but streaming is a whole different thing. Yeah. I'm about to fading away any percent run. Yeah, I'm about to get back into the workforce myself. But I'm going to work from home because honestly, I don't think I can stand a regular job. I don't know how normal people stand it. My last 2 jobs were the worst things in my life, I think. The grocery town, as we will call it, left me suicidal, and then the buck corporal just treated me so horribly. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I have excellent coworkers. I don't think yeah, for me it was my coworkers, yeah. The worst of them we'll call Atlanta. My god, Atlanta is probably I don't know how Atlanta's still working. But I don't want to get into the bad. We've talked enough bad tonight. Oh yeah, totally. I remember I think Shindig has a Thanos snap redeem. However, Shindig has everything. I'm so jelly. I actually want to watch him, but I feel like his chat, I feel like he is like way too chaotic to like thoroughly enjoy on just like a casual basis. Like, I love Shia, but like you can't just casually watch Shia. You have to go in expecting a Shia stream. You're not there to watch him play the game. You're there to watch Shia interact with chat and scream. Wow, he just makes noises. And I'm not sure. I haven't been watching him lately because like I'm just too busy, and like it's just been a bit too chaotic since he added the chat bot. So I haven't really watched Shia in a bit. I love his new model though. I like it when people tend to go a little more off kilter with their models. Like, not the normal, like, everyday anime look.
Busy, busy, busy.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you.
I still can't believe she said boy. Hold on, I want to hear that again.
I'll try to stay in chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies.
Boys! New Echolalia unlocked.
You need to say hello to the Lees at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive.
Oh, that's the worst thing, the early bird arrivers.
Because, believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
The scene outside the parlor is a great, organized mess. Aside from our own household help, we have the service of a temp agency which provides staff for the right enterprise in the hospitality sector. Are they early or are they arriving at the time on the invitation? She said an hour, so even if you're being fashionably late, an hour late is kind of, you know, a bit much. So I think they're arriving like an hour earlier than on the invitation, or at least 30 minutes. Even our very skilled staff cannot undertake a party of this size on their own. Waiters, busboy, hostesses, and their staff captains move about in droves, carrying crockery and silverware for several dozen people and then some. There's that painting of Leon Kennedy again. If you aren't arriving 15 minutes before it ends, are you even fashionably late? Exactly. It's not even like regular Leon Kennedy. It's like Leon Kennedy as a teenager. Like, this is Twink Leon. This is Twink Leon. This is not... To be fair though, Twink Leon was like... He left his high life of sophistication to become a cop? Oh shoot, I gotta pay Ari. No worries, no worries. Did Twinkly on Kennedy remind you? Chefs and bartenders tail out to Johannes, looking like scared little children as he escorts them through the kitchen and to the wine cellar. I got Ralphie's art back like Saturday. Oh, I saw that. That was so awesome. That was so cute. That was so cute. That reminds me, I got Christmas presents to work on for everyone. I'm so behind. But it's because I picked up new hobbies. I got back into modding, making mods for FF14. I got 3 out of 10 done. To be fair though, your Christmas presents are awesome, Silver. Everyone, by the way, check out Silver, who has a region. I know how to do a shout out. So who has done this very wonderful Wiggly. And oh. Yeah, the Wiggly. Yes. Not to be like, there's other people here who I can shout you out to. But like I should promote you more. We should promote the most wonderful Silver. Like, you give me money, I give you promotion. How does that sound? I offer marker commissions now. Nice! Putting that marker kit to work. Wow. That was like, what, 100 markers, I think you said? To peruse the stocks, to select what can be served at the party, and what can be used for cooking.
Snell, we have a lot to do, and I believe we did not hire snails.
I feel like it was more than that, probably. I'll have to go through the pics and see, because I think you posted in pics.
Snails are for the dishes.
A string quartet raised to play for the evening, tuning their instruments as they fill the air with idle chatter. Full of decor where thousands fill vases, wreaths, and baskets, while petals are scattered along the driveway up front. A nice sculpture of a reindeer is brought in carefully by a pair. Yeah, Silver also makes comics. And with that payment, a 3-month com is now brought to a close. Nice. Nice. I actually won a raffle for a chibi model, so I need to gather up Pinterest and some sketches for that. Yes, we're gonna have a cute little, I think I'm going to go with, kind of somewhere between Elegant Gothic Lolita and a dandy look. We're going to go with very Seal Phantom Hive for the chibi, I think. And oh my god, this cake. Although I feel like that gold filigree would be killer on my insides. It's followed by a simple cake. Just a 5-tier white chiffon one with white chocolate mousse, fresh berries, and a light dusting of edible gold leaf. Yeah, just a 5-tier white chiffon cake with white chocolate mousse, fresh berries, and a light dusting of edible gold leaf. That is a simple cake. Hannah? 320 markers. Yeah, that's what I figured. I knew it was more than 100. I felt like it was more than 100. But despite the fact that I told Marianne how I will tend to all this, I found myself unable to focus or care for any of it. I still have our discussion running in my mind, and looking at all this, I only see Luke everywhere. These are all the grand things that Luke wanted to have for the party. I wanted a small, elegant, and simple gathering, with only a select few invited, namely the people who I would actually trust to enter my home. I did not want any bloody politicians or paparazzi in here, no matter how used I am to catering them.
At least be here for your party. Damn it, Luke.
The entire thing screamed Luke Wright. And I can't help but add another question to my growing list of queries. When did I lose myself? It's always about him nowadays, isn't it? What about Hannah Wright? What about Hannah Evans? I used to be my own woman who made her own name, her own career, and her own decisions. Sure, I was always the social butterfly that I still am today, but I wasn't all empty, shallow gossip and sitting pretty. I was also lauded for my knowledge and talent. Finance manager wasn't just handed to me because my father owned the company. I had insisted that I start at the bottom, so I could work my way to the top and prove myself. And I did. I worked numbers, managed budgets, money accounts, analyzing the competition and market trends. There's a calculation of financial risk, cost reduction opportunities, auditor liaison and public relations, supervision of staff, and... The spelling is so British. It is Britain! It is Britain! Well, I generally had a huge slew of responsibilities. Admittedly, I was always quite the attention seeker even back then, having dedicated most of my youth craving for my parents' approval. Failing that, I turned to others, looked for praise from anyone who would give it, however fleeting it all was. And Luke. Oh, Luke, the way he looked at me, the way he watched me and took a genuine interest. He had me disgustingly obsessed since day one, hasn't he? He saw me for me, Hannah Evans, with both my faults and my achievements. The man didn't treat me like some damsel in distress or some prize to be won. I remember the nights before we were married, where we talked about everything and anything. From big things like business, society, and philosophy, to little things such as we had for breakfast or whether we liked cats or dogs more. Luke, the way I shafted him for the photographer. To be fair, we awakened that in him. He's into humiliation. I'm not surprised the cuckolding would soon come after. We both prefer dogs. Nowadays, I'm just Luke Wright's wife. And his cuckolder. It's mostly my fault, isn't it? I wasn't expecting that to come right after. Yes, I think it's your fault for awakening new fetishes within your husband, yes. I awoke something in him. They told me that husbands prefer wives who are docile and subordinate. A woman who will always be there for him, yet would never outshine him in all aspects except beauty. A wife needs to be at home and attend to his needs, to have children, to take care of them in his absence. They said I had no business working anymore after I was married. I can blame society. But I listened. Before I can fall further into this introspective pit of self-loathing, someone calls for my attention. Oh, thank God, someone is calling for my attention so I can crawl out of this depression.
The guests have arrived, madam.
And Luke?
Relatable.
Running a bit late, I'm afraid.
Late for his own party. That man, I swear. He's probably looking to make a dramatic entrance, knowing him. Open the doors, then. We mustn't tarry.
Terry. Cars line up the driveway, peppering the front of the mansion with vehicles of every kind. Oh, I'm gonna look at that later. Grand tours, supercars, and even the odd high-end muscle car or two. Convertibles, grand saloons, and other luxury cars can be seen parked by valets. What the fuck is a saloon? Hold on. This is what the fuck is a saloon? I know what a saloon is normally. I've never heard of a saloon car. The fuck is this? Is this some kind of British term? I'm too American to know. Same! And it's a fucking van. It's ugly. It's ugly. Question mark. I don't know. If it's this classic looking one, it's a sedan. It's apparently just a sedan. Look at the Hyundai Grace Grand Saloon. Hold on. Oh, God. What the fuck? That's a miniature bus. I can't even. Pulling up to the mansion and that thing. I'm hoping they mean like the Tudor style one. Because I was looking at that, I'm like, I understand which person coming up in like a classic 1928's car. Because that's such a rich person thing. And not to mention all cars before like, you know what, I'll say the 1990s had some like stylish cars. Like the ones with the spotlights that kind of like rose out of the head, like like eyes. Those were 90s, right? The ones with the rising headlights. Those were kind of cute. That was like 80s. Oh, okay. So cars haven't had any riz since like the 80s and 90s. Okay, cars have not had riz for a good bit, except for Volkswagen. Bam! All 6 arts posted to the stupid Twitter now for Blue Sky. Ooh. Ooh. I I I'll wait for Blue Sky because I think I'm following you on Blue Sky. You can't get me to go back into that hole. That's Twitter. Actually, I still have my Twitter activated, but mostly cause that's mostly cause my main artist hasn't moved from Twitter yet. So I'm just keeping my Twitter around just for her. A handful of cabs drive off, possibly for those who thought it too troublesome to bring their own cars. At least 2 different media vans as well. They're all here for what might be considered the biggest event of the year for Luxborn. So far. Who knows what we'll plan for the winter holidays?
Welcome, welcome everyone. Please make yourselves at home.
Some of the guests idle, enjoying the warm, if not strange, sunshine we are experiencing before gloomy skies inevitably return. They greet acquaintances and friends with warm smile, others less so. From where I stand, I can see the hierarchy of power. The ties that bind these individuals here, whether through convenience or necessity. However, there are also a few who are not here to further cement their current place in high society. Such as that young man with his oriental air, ignorant of the looks he's received from men. Ignorant of the looks he receives from women and men alike. Yeah, this is the 2010s, alright.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
The man from the Orient. Okay, Hannah. Okay, Hannah. Oh, that rose-haired woman talking on her phone. Oh, she looks unsure of why she's here exactly. Did she just call him a weeb? No, she called him generally Asian. She's like, he looks Chinese, Japanese, somewhere from that area. I think Orient and Oriental has fallen out of favor for everything except rugs.
Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom. Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
I see Zachary, the photographer, as well. Why is everyone so well connected? Zachary, I understand. Ashton, I understand. Why the hell is Rebecca here? He talks to a few of the other media crew with me. It's late. My mouth don't want to work. The palate has stopped palating. He talks to a few other media crew with an air of familiarity.
I was just here a few days ago, yeah. And the inside is huge. but the staff are pretty helpful if you get lost.
I had invited Father Norman, too. It's the least I can do after he blessed the mansion on my request. Aside from my small donation to the church, of course. No. Isabella had a breakdown in the mansion. Isabella had a breakdown in the mansion. We don't know why the fuck Rebecca's here. There, blue sky done. Nice. Hold on. Hold on, I must see. I must see. Take me to blue sky. Am I not following you? I am not, apparently. Okay, I'm a horrible person. I'm an awful person. My bad. Oh, this is all so cute. It's blue sky. I'm not following a lot of people, I know. It's fine, like, the exodus was slow and painful. The exodus is still happening. I reposted all of them because they were all cute. Go to my blue sky. I'm too lazy to show them on here. I'm actually doing much better on blue sky than any of my other socials. It's about the same for me, however, I'm getting more interactions on my writing prompts, so, kind of just better than Twitter already. We need memes, though. We need some meme accounts. That's like my only thing with blue sky. There's not enough meme accounts. But the poor man had taken ill and went through a nervous breakdown of some sort the other day. Of course, the priest had a breakdown after blessing the damn haunted mansion. And then there are people like the chief inspector. Oh god, it's major plasticine. Hi, Chief Inspector Lee. You look like you just came out of your Barbie package. People who I can never be too sure about. People who stand on the border between being suspicious and being trustworthy.
Thank you for the invite, Anna.
I'm sure there are much better people we could have invited. But we know you were made a fuss and done pig things. A-cap. Pig. Oh my, I think the barometric pressure changes are getting to me. You know, I should just get an A-cab emote.
Husband still missing, I see.
I should be saying the same of your darling Rochelle, Lee. The doctors again?
She told me she'll just be in the gardens.
I'll be bummed when that goes someone's out. I mean, you can all you can always be sub to Malay confetti. You know, one would think they wouldn't need an A-cab emote, but with the amount of cops in games, you know what? It's probably a good addition to any Twitch streamer.
Bet she's lying and that she's somewhere around mingling, gossiping with the other ladies. It's no offense, but that seems to be all you ladies do at these parties.
You women. Doing nothing but gossiping. I want to throw this man off the ledge of my balcony. I hope you die in my mansion.
And aren't you gossiping right now?
Yes, well, what about Luke?
Oh, you don't like being called out on your own shit, eh?
Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing.
I'm sure that's because your entire face is made out of plastic and no one can tell when you're bluffing. So, when was the last time you raised an eyebrow? Besides right now. Sir, you really cannot have wrinkles. It's biologically impossible. Well, not biologically. It's materially impossible. There's too much plastic in your forehead.
Don't tell me, let me guess. He's finally drunken himself to death and not wanting a scandal. You've hidden his body. I was wanting to give this housewarming gift to him personally, too. It's a plate that holds a wine glass so he can stop killing himself with liquid lunches. Looks like it's too late for that.
Nothing like that. Besides, this is a hardly polite conversation.
It's like, can you please be a bastard somewhere else?
Oh, relax. I'm just trying to be cheeky to lighten the mood. It's not like I want Luke dead.
Like, back in. I think she's about to.
The man doesn't serve dodgy plonk like the others when I visit, and he pays his respects well enough. Could use a glass of wine or 3, actually. Rochelle's been in a horrid mood. Threw her stilettos at me the other day and almost took an eye out.
Good.
Not sure if this is how it usually goes, but I blame the pregnancy.
I wouldn't know, would I?
Still no plans for a baby? Well, I guess that's for the best. If it's this bad now, I can't even imagine how bad it'll be when that little baby bump becomes huge.
Have I mentioned how I don't trust him no matter how hard I tried to do so? At least he brought a gift, I suppose.
Why don't you just go inside and have some wine, Lee?
Why don't you go and leave me alone?
Think I will, thanks.
Being such as these, carry on as the gifts continued trickling. She literally said, why don't you go inside and be by yourself and get drunk? Leave me the fuck alone. Whether we have short conversations or merely shake hands and nod heads, make sure to attend and welcome each of them. As the first hour passes us by, the rest of the stragglers and I adjourn to the ballroom. New latecomers will have the attention of the porter instead. I have other duties to attend to now. Conveniently placed chandelier. Who dies now? Housing parties is always the same old song, ball, and dance. No matter how big or small it is. Why is it always swinging so much? Oh god, it's rocking too. They had one model and they were like, we're going to use it in every room in this mansion. You make sure your guests are well fed, have good company, have them generally enjoy themselves. And you make sure they're directly under the chandelier that is suspiciously swaying at all times. Guys, we gotta animate something on this picture. So when my opening remarks are done, when the band has started to play and the guests have started eating, I find myself wandering around aimlessly unless I am pulled aside. For a while, I stay with a small group and entertain them before excusing myself. And when they're not anymore watching me, I end up watching them. When they don't listen, I do. A local banker is having trouble with his daughter. He wishes to marry her off, but she wants nothing more but to make music. One of our hotel managers worry about the stolen belongings of one of his patrons. A failing in security which should be brought up to higher authorities soon. Our mayor, well, his cat died. It's like, well, his cat died. And then there's that rose-haired woman again. Oh, thank God, we know why she's here. It's hard not to notice her with her distinctive locks. Oh right, is Rebecca the only person with anime-colored hair? I thought we were an anime hair universe, I guess not. Now that oh yeah, Rose did have green hair. Rose did have green hair. Rose did have green hair. Okay, I'm just overthinking. It might be that the anime hair colors are rarer. She also lacks the grace that the other ladies have, although that does not make her any less beautiful. Her stance and the air she exudes, however, are strong, and they make her stand out despite her casual attire. Many men have already given her their attention, though each invitation to dance has been turned down. I approach intrigued, although it is no great mystery what occupies her own attention, with the glances she keeps sending towards the boy with the oriental hair. Hannah, stop making me say that word. Hannah, please stop being racist for like 1 second, please. She did really well with Zach. She did so well with Zach, and now Ashton's just the boy with the oriental hair. She remains unaware, though, even as I stand beside her, pretending that I am there for a drink.
You would catch his eye a lot better if you wore nicer clothes, don't you think?
Didn't realize the housewarming was going to be this fancy. I would have gone with a nice dress if I knew.
Oh, you're fine, dearie. It's only really the parvenus, those who climb, that come to these parties all dolled up.
You're too poor for the social hierarchy that's going on here, love.
Quite the black-haired beauty, isn't he?
Oh, damn. Hannah activating slut mode real quick. Hold on. She's like, ooh, another one for my collection. The boy comes over, but I do nothing to speak any softer. Oh no. She really said, oh, I'm not gonna let up. He merely passes by. It is a wonder he doesn't hear what I say.
Who, Ash?
You know, you really shouldn't have turned down those offers. If I wasn't married, I'd happily go dancing with those young men. But you said a name. Ash. That's the exquisite lad you've been looking at all this time.
Damn, Hannah, come on.
I don't know him, and I'm the one hosting this party. That must mean you know each other. Is he your boyfriend then? Because that would explain those rejections.
In all my life, I've never seen a face grow red so fast. The shade of her hair did not help as well. This is the most pink I've seen on a person, really.
What? No, that's ridiculous. He isn't my boyfriend.
I love how her hair is this really bright, near hot pink color in this art. But over here, their hair is a rose color. This is very much in a reddy orange family of pink, and this is very close to magentas and purple pinks. Her hair is blushing. This confirms what I said earlier. Hannah just loves hitting on everyone to get a rise out of them. Oh yeah, true. She has anime hair, so it can blush. I love how in all of her art, Hannah becomes so snooty. Like, Hannah seems like to be this, like, this really kind woman. She's just a bit too flirty. But, like, whenever the art comes, she becomes a mean girl. Whenever this art starts, it immediately, like, the meanest girl you can think of. Like, she's pretty, but she's also the meanest thing. They hired a rich woman and just assumed. Draw me a witch white lady. Got it. And she is the witchest, whitest looking woman you have ever seen.
Such a violent reaction. A simple no would have sufficed. Many here would be happy to hear it.
And I haven't been looking at him.
That's right. You've been staring. Quite heatedly, in fact.
Hannah's a good person. She just likes poking people.
Although I'm not sure if you look like you want to kiss him or kill him.
It's more the latter currently.
Hannah's trying to get Rose to go fight for her man.
Just don't go murdering him on my property. I don't want to walk into a room and suddenly find a body there.
I waver as I feel the burning of someone's stares. It's chilling, and though I'm used to the enduring gaze of others, this one makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. Don't let me get my hands on him, Rose. Ah yes, it's our ghost girlfriend. It is chilling, and though my attention is pulled from the girl and I see a woman staring. Dark-haired and dirty. She looks more like a beggar than a guest. I have half the mind to call security at her, and her mouth breaks into a grin. Can I have some wine? I love the animations they do for her. She's the true star here. Girl sees a woman who looks poor and is like, security! All I hear is her laughing. To be fair, though, presumably the grudge exists in this universe. She kind of looks like the grudge girl. She looks grudge adjacent. All I hear is her laughing. Taunting. Her stare makes my blood run cold. She looks at me like I am nothing but a pig to slaughter for her amusement. It makes my hand shake and I nearly drop my drink. But then, in a blink, she's gone and the buzz of the party returns. Ah damn, it's nearly 10, I gotta get to sleep. No worries, no worries, I'm about to end it. Actually, you know what? I need to pee. I need to pee really badly. So I'm just gonna end it here. I need to pee. Guys. I need to pee, like, I need to use the bathroom, like, super badly, so, let me find someone to raid really quick. I came, I saw, I made it awkward. Okay, who? If there's nobody on, Mage is on, Lethal's on. Ralphie's on. We were just talking about Ralphie, so let's read Ralphie. I know we've already read Ralphie, but I need to pee. Thank you all for joining me. I had an amazing time. It was fun being with y'all. We will be back on Thursday, maybe? Not sure. Had fun. It was nice seeing y'all. Good night. Good fortune. Goodbye. Good night.